I am Dr. Sanviselvi. I am going to deliver a lecture on plant antibodies and edible vaccines. Okay, so it has come under the plant genetic engineering, the application of the genetic engineering. Or you heard about the word plant plus combined with the antibodies, it is called as the plantibodies. Okay, so plantibodies, the antibodies are supplied to the plants, it is called as the plantibodies, and another term is called as edible vaccines. Okay, it is the edible vaccines. So the main enter into the topic that is called as plantibodies. Okay, so the plant plus antibodies, it is called as the plantibodies. So what it is called as a plantibody? Plantibody is the antibody or the proteins produced by the genetically modified crops. Okay, first point is what is antibody? Okay, when the antigen is enter into the body, it is immediately our body produce some proteins that is called as antibodies. So the antibodies combines with the antigen to produce kill the antigen. Okay, to form antigen antibody complex and then completely damage the antigen. That is the main mechanism of our immune system. That immune system is occur in the plants also. So the antibody is produced, okay, whenever the antigen is enter, immediately the B cells can produce the antibodies. Okay, so that is called as antibodies. And what is the nature of this antibody? Antibody is proteins. Okay, so proteins and then Y-shaped structure. The other name for antibodies is called as immunoglobulins. Okay, in our body it is called as immunoglobulins. And that immunoglobulins, they have the two important fragments are there, that is called as FAB and FC fragment. So here that is the things is involved in the binding of the antigen and produce an immune response. So how this is applicable in the human beings, right? Now how it can be carried out in the plants? The plants also have the pathogens, when pathogen is called as a foreign substance, right? So here, the pathogens as enter into the body, it is called as the antigen. Once a pathogen is enter, automatically the plant itself undergo the defense mechanism, the production of antibody, that is called as the plantibodies. Okay, so the plantibodies are the proteins. Okay, it's produced, but how they have to producing that is of a genetically the modified crops. Okay, genetically modified crops, what is its role? Means genes alter. Okay, I want the more sweeter taste, and then what happened that controlling factor. Okay, the BT cotton, you heard about the BT cotton, Bacillus thuringiensis cotton. So the yield is more, and then within the stipulated period, and then it is insecticide, inside that itself insecticide, herbicide. So automatically we are using this BT cotton for the commercialization. Therefore, the genetically the modified crops, they produce the antibody. That is called as a plantibody. And then that plantibodies are produced from the genetically the modified crops. So how they have to use the antibodies? Okay, we are telling that antibodies are protein in nature. So therefore, now the new trend is going on in the application of the genetic engineering. It is called as edible vaccines. We are taken the vaccine in the oral form. You are taken in the form of a food. Okay, that is called as an edible vaccine. And then another purpose, it is used for the diagnostic, therapeutic, monoclonal antibodies. Okay, therapeutic applications, we have to apply that monoclonal antibodies, and for the disease resistance in plants. So how you have to use it, that means there are different types of the plantibody is there. First one is called as the expression of a full length body. Full length antibody, you have to express it. That is the first type. Full length. Full length means a full antibody is, it is involved in the expression of the activity. Then it is called as the antibody. And then next category is the expression of this antibody fragment, FAB. Why we are telling that FAB? Because the immunoglobulin, it have the Y shape. The upper part of the fragment, it is called as the fragment of the antibody. Okay, so that is called as FAB. that is only involved in this expression, that is called as FAB. And the next one is called as expression of the single chain or the single domain VL gene region. VL means the variable, the gene region, it is involved in it. That is because immunoglobulin, we have the two sides. One is called as the variable region, another one is called as the constant region. So here the variable, and then another one more thing is called light chains and the heavy chains. So light chains and the heavy chains, we have to use it there. So here the expression of the VL genes. The VL gene is, it is involved in its activity. Okay, so this is the main role in that. And the next case, what is the components of a Planty antibody? The Planty antibody gene, what are they present? Okay, because whatever the features it is present in antibody, that is also present in what? The Plantibody. So the Plantibody gene construct can contain the sequence. Okay, contain the specific the sequence for the fragment FAB. FAB means the fragment for antibody binding site, and SC fragment B, and then whole length antibody. So these have to be used there. And the next case, effective promoters. The effective promoters, what is it called as a promoter? Means the enhancer, the inducer of the gene expression, it is called as a promoters. The promoters for increase the expression of the proteins attached to the upstream of the gene. Example, heat shock proteins, we are called as chaperones. Okay, so the heat shock proteins, the promoter is more effective, the 35S promoter. The 35S, the promoter is used. And then single, okay, so the promoters, with the promoter only, what happened that the gene, they have undergo the transcription and then induce that after the translation is carried out. Okay, and the next important is the feature is the signal peptide sequence. Signal peptide sequence means cell signaling mechanism. So that also needed for the targeting of the antibody into the endoplasmic reticulum for the proper folding of the proteins. So signal molecules. So, okay, the signal peptide sequence that is needed for the targeting of the antibody into the endoplasmic reticulum for the proper the folding of the protein. And next one is called as the C-terminal peptide. Okay, so the first one we are talking about the promoter, right? And then second one we are talking about the signal peptide, signaling molecule, cell signaling have to, because the folding of the proteins, proper folding is carried out. And the next thing is a C-terminal peptide. So using that as of a KDEL added to the C-terminal of the peptide that can increase the expression and the retention of the protein in the cell. Okay, so he is very useful in that, increase the expression and then retention of the protein in the cell. Okay, how we have to produce the antibody? The Plantibody production, the mechanism is, that is the plant cell transformation. The first one is, we are talking about the plant cell transformation. What is it called? The plant cell transformation. We have to transfer the gene into the plants, right? So there are two modes are there, that is called as indirect gene transfer method and direct gene transfer method. So indirect gene transfer method, we have to discuss about agrobacterium mediated gene transfer. So here, how to transfer the antibody gene, which genus it is involved in the expression of antibody that can be transferred via through that is of agrobacterium. Okay, the agrobacterium is nothing but a plasmid, right? So the plasmid, how they can carry the specific gene. So here the antibody genes are carried in the agrobacterium and then transfer into the plants. That is called as indirect method. So agrobacterium mediated the gene transfer of the antibody genes. And the next case, direct gene transfer. No need to that is of a plasmid and everything. Directly you are taking the gene, which segment of DNA you want to insert, that you have to take it. First thing is you have to isolate the plant cell from the DNA, plant DNA. From the DNA, which genus you want to insert it into the plant. Okay, inserted into the plant. Therefore, I want the high sweet nature of the sweet corn, right? Initially, the corn is the natural varieties. Now that is of a sweet nature is that due to that is of a specific the gene. And the specific the gene can be inserted into it. So you are getting the sweeter taste. So like this, grapes without seeds. Okay. So these cases are mainly carried out with the help of the gene transfer method. So gene transfer by gene gun or the that is called as micro injection method. Micro injection method or the shotgun method or gene gun method it is used. And then another one is called as a liposomes. What is it called as a liposomes? The micelles fuses with the water to form the liposomes. The liposomes act as a very good carrier for the transfer of the gene from one cell to the another. Here from that is of a carrier of the gene and transfer into the plants. Okay, so after the transfer into the plant, what you are doing now the transformation cell is you are having, right? That cell of transformation either carried out with the help of indirect way or the direct way, we have to make it there. After that, what you do? You have to insert, right? So where to insert? Insertion of the transform cell into the plant embryo. Because you want to get the product, right? So you have the insertion of the transform cell into the plant embryo. So after the plant embryo, the further development, you have to wait for that. And then that the seed you are getting it, right? And the seed you have planted it, you are getting the plant development and then further propagation in the field. Okay, so further propagation in the field you are carried out. So this is the main concept in that is of a plant antibody. So plant antibody means first step is the plant transformation. The plant transformation either carried out with the help of indirect method or with the help of direct method. After that, you have to insert it into the plant embryo. And that plant embryo, further development of a plant and then propagation in the field, you are getting the plantibodies. Okay, so you are getting the plantibodies. And then what are the vaccines you have to produce using this plant breeding method? How the next thing is how they have to make it there. So you have to take the plant. The plant is a transform with the gene for a kappa chain. Okay, kappa and the light chain is there, right? So kappa chain of light or heavy chain, you have to take it and then mix it together with a plant transform with a gene for kappa chain of a light or here it is kappa. And then next thing is here gamma. So gamma chain of the light or the heavy chain. So the both of them, they have to mix it together. So you are getting the what? The plants with the genes for both the kappa and the gamma chains. Okay, what is the advantages is present means you have to get the new antibody combinations. New antibody combinations can be produced and the dual purpose vaccines can be made. So the vaccines can be dual purpose, the vaccines can be made and the properties like enhanced the expression and then stability, binding affinity can be achieved using the different promoters and the signal sequences. And then next case, you have to make it as a what? Then antibody produced the genes. Okay, so we have the double purpose. One is vaccination or the antibody production. Okay, so the mutation in the CDR of the complement determinant, CDR means complement determinant region of the V region can enhance the binding the affinity of the antibodies. Okay, how the step is carried out in the plants. Okay, so first step is you are taking the leaf and then next thing is what? You have to take the DNA and that the gene is there, the gene is what you are doing the transformation, right? Either direct gene transfer or the in vitro growth of the transgenic plant. Now the gene is the modified, right? The transformed cells. The transformed cells you have to grow in the soil, right? So transfer it to the soil. After harvesting, how to take? Okay. After the first step is you are telling that you have to first thing is the cell is transformed. So either direct method or indirect method. After transformation, you are planted it. So you are getting the plant. From the plant, in vitro growth of the transgenic plant, then you transfer into the soil. You are getting the yield. And then from the yield, it is called as harvesting. After harvesting, you have to extract it. Okay, so you extract the DNA and with the heating and sodium chloride is added. And then next step is you are subjected to centrifugation And then next step, you have to use that as of proteins of our interest, plant proteins. And the plant proteins along with the aggregated ELP tags and then subjected to centrifugation, removing of the supernatant, cooling, dissolving, you are getting the antibodies. Okay, you are getting the antibodies. Okay, the plant tissue culture, how it can be involved in this activity. So the plant cells, because we want to make it everything in the marketing scale, right? Commercial wise. So differentiated the plant cells are grown in the bioreactor. What is a bioreactor? The bioreactor, only the cells can grow in the very faster rate. So the foreign proteins, after you are extracting the protein, right? That is called as the antibodies. Okay, plantibodies. So after you are extracted the plantibodies, you are going to get the multiple, not telling that, multiple not telling, we are telling about the mass production, right? So the mass production of the protein, foreign protein harvested either from the biomass or the culture liquid, you have to put it in the bioreactor and then you are getting the yield. So what is the advantages used with this method means the cell cultures contain the fewer the biological proteins or the molecules which may contaminate the product. Okay, that because if you are using the for your proteins or molecules, the within the stipulated period you can use it. Otherwise, the contamination is occurred, and the large amount of proteins can be obtained in a short time, or less the purification step is we needed for that. Sexual reproduction here, no need to ensure the lifespan of the species. And the transgenic, the stability is also increased. Okay, so this is the main advantages of this. Okay, so here no need of the sexual reproduction, and the transgene stability is also what happened, it is increased. The stability of a particular the gene, the gene is to be modified, it is called as a transgene. And the transgene, the stability is also to be increased. So what is the disadvantages we have to use? It cannot be used for the edible vaccine. So plant antibodies is differentiated from the edible vaccine. That is the main differences in this. Okay. So and then next thing is the plantibodies means the antibodies are produced by the genetically modified crops such as corn, potato, and tobacco plant. And the plantibodies are very cheaper, arguably safer than that is of a mammalian antibodies. Okay, when you compare with the antibody production from the animal source, the plant source is very cheaper rate. And how they have to extract it means you have to use it in the large pharma scale. How? They're taking the DNA and then they're taking inserted into the plant cell, and from the plant cell they are subjected, you are taking the plant genome and then you have to use it that is of a growing that. After growing it, you are extracting the protein, and that protein is called as the plantibodies, and the plantibodies can be the marketed, okay, in the form of the pharma industries. So the plantibodies is the emerging, the latest trend, the extraction of the protein from the plant source. It is used as the antibodies. Therefore, it is called as the plantibodies. Okay, so antibodies against the particular antigens. Okay, and the next case, application. The therapeutic application of the plantibodies is different diseases they are treated. So many research work is to be carried out. What are they? They are the treatment of the infected disease, inflammation, autoimmune disease, or cancer. Okay, so the tobacco plant produced monoclonal antibodies is more variable, alternate to the monoclonal antibodies produced in the mouse, ascites, fluid for the large amount needed for the purification of the hepatitis B vaccine. The world first clinically tested the plantibody. It is launched is called as CARO-RX. So what is the role of CARO-RX? The CARO-RX, it is the first isolated plantibody, and it has a bind specifically to the pathogen that is called as Streptococcus mutans. What is the role of this pathogen? The pathogen, it is a bacteria, and that cause the tooth decay and prevent the bacteria from adhering to the teeth. So in the humans, they are used as the what? The antibodies. Okay, so CARO-RX, CARO-RX, it is especially for the treatment for the tooth decay and prevent the bacteria from adhering to the, if you are putting the antibody, this bacteria never attached to the teeth. And CARO-RX is is intended for the regular topical preventive administration by both the dental hygienist and the patients, allowing or through cleaning and intervention for any existing decay. Already the decay is present in the teeth. That also what happened, that it is a cleaning and intervention function. The Caro RXS can be this used. Okay, so this is the main important application of this. And then how they have to immunize it. The protein you are extracting from the plant source, how they have to be used. The potential proteins produced are called as cytokines, hormones, enzymes, epidermal growth factors, interferons, and pharmaceutical foodstuffs, which are considered as the oral immunization. Okay, how the different forms they are given in the form of the oral form. So cytokines, hormones, enzymes, epidermal growth factors. And the transgenic plants, they have to express the antigen or use as inexpensive oral vaccine production. Okay, this is a transgenic plant that expressing the antigen, it is used as the inexpensive oral vaccine. Why we are telling that? From the edible source we are taken it, right? So therefore you have to immunization through the consumption of the edible vaccine to provide what type of immunity. There are two types of immunity: active immunity, another one is called as a passive immunity. So active immunity, it is within that. From the another source, you have to transfer the immunity, that is called as the passive immunity. From another person, another species to another species, it is called as the passive immunity. So these type of this cases called as edible vaccine to provide the passive immunity. The best example for that is called as transgenic banana. The transgenic banana each and like a subunit preparation that are engineered to contain the antigen subunit. But there the no genes that would enable the whole pathogen to form. Okay, so now we are coming to the point of that plant antibodies. Next step is edible vaccines. So edible vaccine, because banana and plant antibodies and the edible vaccine, somewhat it is related, but the culture method and the production method only vary that. So edible vaccines are nothing but the transgenic plant, animal-based product of those contain the agent that trigger the animal's immune response. In simple words, we are telling that the edible vaccines are the plant or animal-made pharmaceuticals. Okay, and that is animal-made pharmaceutical. First one is we are telling that it is called as antibody. It is not a vaccine, but here it is the antigen. So therefore, antibody, that is Y-shaped antibody. But here we are saying that antigen. So the vaccines or the plant or the animal-made pharmaceuticals, it is used as a drug. This as a highlight the importance of edible vaccines produced in plants. Okay, what is it called as a vaccine? Prevention is better than cure, right? So the biological preparation that improve the immunity to a particular disease. Okay, so the what is it means? It contains the agent that resemble the disease-causing microorganism, and it is often made from the weakened or killed form of the microbes only they are taken it. Okay, so the main thing is what? It is the agent and that resemble the disease-causing microorganism. Okay, and where it has come from? Killed form of the micro, live or attenuated vaccine form is there. So you have to, what is its role after the vaccination? What is its function? It stimulates the body immune system to recognize the agent, destroy it, and keep it in record. That is memory cells. Okay, so the memory cells, they can store it. If a same pathogen once again it come to our body, produce the alert. Okay, immunization. That is the called as it is a keep it in the record for a later empires. And the main thing is it has reduced the mortality rate caused by the various organisms. And it is the one of the safe and the effective method to control the various infected diseases, smallpox, chickenpox, all the polio vaccines are there, right? So the vaccine is, you are immunized, automatically what happened that the particular, the agent have the stored in the memory cells. The protein which acts as, so what is a vaccine? No? The vaccine is nothing but it is a protein. So the protein is where it is present. The protein is present in the Animal source, when you think first you are taken it, but it is made up of protein. So now what you are going to do it, that protein you have to present in that is act as a vaccine. It is mixed together with that is of a present in the food itself. You are modified the gene. So automatically what happened that it is present in the food and consumed internally like a banana. That you are taken it, or automatically what happened that the vaccinated component is present inside the food. It is called as the edible vaccine. Okay, so now the history of the edible vaccine, the first thing is you are taken it from the tobacco leaf. Okay, tobacco leaf in the year against the particular antigen. What is an antigen vaccination is there? That is called as hepatitis B surface antigen. Okay, in the year 1992, and then in the mass. And next one, E. coli, especially for the diarrhea. Okay, so the which is act as it means the plant bodies or the tobacco leaf, they have carried out the trial work, carried out in that, and then they have used that gene modified to adding that is of a heat labile the toxin B subunit. That is by the scientist called Hank et al. 1995. And then next one is rabies virus. Rabies means that is rat. Okay, so the rabies virus, especially against the glycoprotein, that is called as rabies virus glycoprotein. That is also carried out in that is of a tobacco or the leaf. And then next one is Norwalk virus. The Norwalk virus, gastrointestinal problems, the virus. Okay, so that is also what happened that Norwalk virus capsid protein. The particular antibody production is that is called as a plantibodies, along with that is of a tobacco leaf. And the last one, the cholera. See that there is cholera, and then the cholera that is of important thing is cholera toxin, and the cholera toxin B subunit. That protein is there. They can be administered into the tobacco leaf. So all the work is to be carried out in the tobacco plants. And then what are the ideal properties of this edible vaccine means? Should be effective, affordable, okay, easily, simply available, not contaminate the environment, right? It does not contaminate the environment. Okay, so why now? Because of that vaccination or anything is there now, you have the carried out, and then temperature, all the cases is there, right? So, and then what happened? Your containers, that is very much. So it does not affect and then does not contaminate the environment. And then another one more thing is, if it put the vaccination, any toxic effect is like that, it is carried out. That things is we have to check the adverse effect. But here it is along with the food, it is the so non-toxic and non-pathogenic. But and the main thing is the low levels of the side effect. Why? Allergy. Okay, the IgE production, immunoglobulin production is there, immediately induce the allergen cause. Okay, so that is also only present in the very low level of the side effect and not cause the problem in the individuals with the impaired immune system. And another that is of two types of immune responses there. What are they means? That is called as humoral mediated immune response and cellular mediated immune response. Humoral mediated means that is antibody mediated immune response, and cellular immune response, that is of a cytotoxic. There are two types of cells. If an antigen is come, it is combined with the antibody to form antigen antibody complex and kill the antigen. That is called as a humoral mediated immune response. At the same time, the cellular immunity. Cellular means cytotoxic effect. Then danger cells, virus. Okay, so that cases you have to subject it to cellular immunity. Cellular immunity, the cytotoxic, killing of the cells. Okay, so that mechanism. So both the mechanisms have involved in the defense mechanism. Similarly, the same mechanism is carried out in the plants. So, okay, so what are the different trials are carried out and then they used as the edible vaccines? Okay, edible means eatable one, right? So what are the species means? If you are taken the potato, right? So potato is easily transformed and then easily propagated, easily cultivated also, and stored for a longer period without no need of refrigerator condition. So that is the very easiest way you have to transfer the potato. But a disadvantage, we need the cooking. The cooking time, the proteins are denatured, right? So that is the main disadvantage is there. And then next one is the banana, the more acceptable one. because no need of cooking, because it is a protein in nature. So no need of cooking. The proteins are not destroyed even after cooking. And then expensive rate when compared to potato cultivation and then banana, it is inexpensive and grow widely in all the developing countries. Okay, so more cultivation of this banana, but the disadvantages what the trees are taking 2 to 3 years to mature, right? Then only the flowering and the fruiting is there. So that is the main disadvantages. And then after ripening, what happened that it is spoiled. So that is the main disadvantages of the banana. But cost wise, if you are taken it, the edible vaccine, the banana is the best one. And the next one is the rice. Okay, so and then commonly used for the baby food. Okay, certain varieties only we are used to that edible vaccines in the baby food. But after the cultivation of the crop, the expression of the antigen is more in that high expression of the antigen. So the disadvantages is grow very slowly and recover. The main thing is what? The greenhouse effect or glass house effect needed for the different varieties. Okay, so that is the main thing is present there. And then come to the tomato. You have to compare all the things which is grow faster, the tomato plant. So tomato plant is grow very quickly and cultivate broadly. And then what is the main important as the content is present, vitamin A content is present, and then lycopene is present. Okay, so these lycopene, and then they have to produce the boost the immune response. But the disadvantages what? It has spoiled very quickly. So both the advantages and disadvantages are there. It is a new emerging trend is coming down in the European countries and US countries. They are using the edible vaccines. So this edible vaccine, the more trial work first initially carried out in tobacco plant, and then finally they succeeded in the test of eatable varieties. Okay, and then how to make the edible vaccine. So how to make the edible vaccine means that is one way of the generating the edible vaccine is by Agrobacterium tumefaciens method. How you have to take that means the bacterial cell, that is the called as Agrobacterium. So the Agrobacterium contain the antigen gene. Okay, so the antigen gene and they present in the plasmid. And then what is the marker is present? Antibiotic resistant gene is present. Okay, you first step is you cut the leaf, and after cutting of a leaf, and then genetic engineering aspects. What is the need? Plasmid, right? The plasmid is nothing but it is Agrobacterium, and that Agrobacterium contains the antigen gene. Now we are put it in the bacterial suspension. So after putting it in the bacterial suspension, what happened that the DNA is a conjugation with that of a plasmid. Okay, conjugate with that of a plasmid. So the gene is a transfer from the bacteria into the plant. Okay, so after that, you have to identify whether it is the gene is inserted into the plant or not. Through the selection method, you have to extract it. After the extraction of the DNA, you put it in the medium, that is the call, expose the leaf to the antibiotic to kill, and that they lack the new gene is there, and wait for surviving the cell to multiply and then form the clump of cells. The clump of cell is called as a callus. Okay, so wait for that to survive, and then all the cells are multiplied. You are getting the clump of cells, that is called as the callus. And after the callus, allow the callus to sprout the shoot and the root, and then you can put it in soil. Within the 3 months, you are getting the plantlets. The plantlets will grow into the plant. Then now you have bearing the antigen, and the antigen is present in the potato. You are used as that is of a edible vaccine. Okay, now you understand that I think how the edible vaccine is cultivated. First thing, you take the leaf, and then from the leaf that you are taking that is of a DNA, and that DNA you are inserted with the Agrobacterium tumefaciens plasmid. So having an antigen gene, and now the antigen gene is enter into the leaf. Okay, that identification with the help of screening method. After screening method, you have to wait for the clump of cell formation, cell multiplication. The clump of cell is called as the callus. After the callus to sprout, the shoot and the root, everything carried out in the tissue culture method. You after everything you are getting that, you have transferred that, you can put it in the soil. Within the 3 months, the plants will grow into the plant. new plants bearing the antigen laden, the vaccine potato. Now the vaccine potato, the potato itself, what happened? It is called as the vaccines. Okay. And then next step, the concept of the edible vaccine, it was developed by the Artrinson in the year 1990. So how they can introduce the gene of interest into the plant, it is called transformation. After transformation, the genes expressed in the plant tissues, the edible part, it is called as transgenic plants. The genes encode the putatively protective vaccination against the antigen, vaccine antigen. The antigen taken from viral, bacteria, parasite, pathogen, against which is the vaccine is against the particular virus or bacteria or the parasite, the pathogen, that is antigen, that cause the disease in the humans and animals. So next step is, after that, your ingestion of the edible part of a transgenic plant, you are getting it. It is called as oral delivery of the vaccine. So now that is the edible vaccine is constructed, you are taken orally. Okay, so that is the main thing is that. So here, so finally, I have to do that as of the recover the first case, which gene, that is the important. The antigenic gene is treated, and then introduction of the antigenic gene into the plants through the different modes. What are the modes? One is through that is vector. That only I can explain that. That is called as Agrobacterium tumefaciens, or direct method is called as the gene gun method, or chimeric vectors. Okay. And then next last cases, it is called as electroporation method. So after that, the transgenic plant is you are getting. So transgenic, that is of a plant with the antigenic gene is present, and that gene is you have to get the callus, and the callus develop the root and shoot. You can put it in the soil. You are getting the multiple copies of that, the product. Okay. So the food item, whatever the food item is, you are cultivated either in the form of banana, apple, or corn, or different varieties of cauliflower, rice varieties. Okay. So these everything you have to what have taken orally. That is called as the oral immunization. Okay. So oral immunization. So that is the main concept in that you have to take. Okay. The first successful edible vaccine is potato and the banana. So how that is means the gene is from the human pathogen inserted into the bacteria that infect the plants. And then next step is what? The bacteria infect the bacterial leaf in the segments. Okay, so both of them mixed it together, and then you have to put it in the what? Put it in the media. So the leaf segments are sprout into whole part carrying the gene from the human pathogens. So you are getting the potato variety. And if you are taking the raw potato, what happened that it triggers the immune response against the human and pathogens. Okay, so that is the bacteria. Which bacteria it affect the humans? That is called as a pathogens. So automatically you are taking the food, it trigger the immune response. So against the pathogens. Therefore, it is called as a edible. Okay, so that up to that, the gene expression and involvement in that is of a genetically engineered. Okay, so the concept application of the genetic engineering, there are two important things: edible vaccines and plant antibodies. So antibodies are produced in the plant, that is plant antibodies, and the vaccines are given in the oral form. It is called as the edible vaccine. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is the main concept in the